Well, hey, whoops. Hey, hi, Lisa. There you are. And you're muted. You have to unmute yourself. Here we are, another Sunday, another rescue show, huh?
Hi, Steve. Excited for today's show.
Oh, I am too. Boy, we got some good guests on down there waiting on us. Once again, we have puppies. The sad thing is, we have puppies, but you get to enjoy them, you get to adopt them. But wow, we had a heck of a week this week too. We got some news to announce for the show. We remember when we did our show from Colorado.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well, we struggled with that one, and there was a donor that bought a brand new laptop for the show. It was for when we do things remotely.
Wonderful.
So, how about that? And for the first time ever, we have more people. Most of our viewers are coming from It's Dog or Nothing website or Facebook page.
Yes.
It's Dog or Nothing. It's a very good information page. All right. You want to learn about the breed? It's the only place you have to go. All right. Kelsey did a fine job. She's a Great Pyrenees Rescue Montana foster. So,
okay.
And Montana is one of the rescues that supports the show. So, all right. So, wow. Without much ado, hi, Lisa.
Hello.
Time no see.
Right.
All right.
And I actually follow Kelsey. I'll tell if folks want to go onto her website, and she has an email link, and you can get with other rescues.
And the Great Pyrenees Rescue Society has a link to her page too. So for information, all right. And it's very important that you know about this breed.
Exactly.
Okay. So, and our talking points after we show off the dogs, after the dogs strut their stuff. Is bringing a new dog into your home. Okay. Yep. There's stuff to know about there too. All right. Without much further ado, we got puppies. So, and actually there were more than I realized even. So, this video, bear with me, it didn't have time to go through the spell and grammar check. So we just whipped it out and it came out something like this. Oh, hi guys. And there's puppies, huh?
There is puppies.
All right. I don't know about you, Lisa, but with the looks of that video, I want to be where they are. That looked nice and relaxing, even with
yeah.
all those dogs there.
Right? Yeah. All the dogs and
Wow.
people looked like a great environment.
Yeah. So which one do you have there?
How are you doing, guys? This is Espada. They
Okay.
are actually a little calmer now because they have lunch not long ago and they are a little sleepy, playful already. The other one is trying to play with his sister right there.
Okay.
They are very loving. They love their humans.
Wow. Now one of them's adopted, right?
This one,
Yeah.
That one.
that one.
Now you do know why I can't pronounce any of their names, right? Because nobody's ever said them to me.
Yeah, that was a little difficult.
She loves the camera. That's for sure.
Yeah, I see that. So somebody's already missed the boat on that one, huh?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So
It's probably a lot more attention already. Lovely, lovely little guys.
yeah. Did I read where they're getting really close to be housebroken already?
Yes, yes, very close. They wait for us in the morning. 99% of the time, we don't have any accidents, any pee accidents in the morning. They take care of all their business outside.
Wow.
Just every once in a while, we have a little accident. If I'm running late getting down, or one of us are running late getting down to take them outside. But other than
Okay.
that, they're pretty close.
Wow.
And they know where to go to. They go to
Yeah.
the patio and they pee. They are awesome. They sleep all night long.
Yep,
They don't make a beep.
not a beat.
They actually
Wow.
enjoy their crate because they know there's treats waiting for them.
Wow. Boy,
But they are really
GPRS is still on the on a roll with, well, perfect peers, huh?
they
Oh, yeah.
are
How big are they? How old are they?
Yeah. How old?
Oh, 12
they
weeks.
are 12. They were 12 weeks yesterday. What the mama?
12 weeks yesterday.
Okay.
Yeah.
12 weeks
Yowza.
yesterday.
All right. Wow, ain't that
He's
something?
probably- Yeah, he's coming in close to I want to say 30 pounds. Is that right?
Wow.
Right.
Probably.
Right about 30
Yeah.
pounds. He's a big boy.
And what's his name?
Espada.
This is the spot.
Espada. Oh, that's a boy.
Yes.
See, little do I know.
Here's
Um,
the other one,
That is El Gran.
El Grande. Yeah, dude.
I didn't know that one.
And those two
Yeah.
boys are both up for adoption still, right, Paola? and
They
Sam?
are
Still available. Okay.
Um,
And
Yeah.
Spirit here is going to New York.
Oh, wow.
that's where you go to find those puppies right there. Great Pyrenees Rescue Society.org. Now,
Yeah.
did they already have those names when you got them? I guess they're the E litter, I would
They did.
suppose.
Yes.
They
Correct.
did. Yeah, they did.
And were they born in rescue or were they already born?
Born
They,
in rescue.
they were born at headquarters.
Mhm.
They were
In
born at
spring.
the headquarters.
All right. Now that's important, everybody, because GPRS has a puppy protocol
Yeah.
that
is
sets them up for success. All right. And what they do is they learn their good citizenship from their siblings. All right. So you have a less chance of digging needle teeth out of your arms. Okay.
Yeah, nice.
All right. Because they teach each other, and they're going to have needle teeth for a couple more months yet. Oh, look at that. Wow.
No,
And they
Yeah,
seem to be exposed. You get a lot of exposure to other dogs and people, right? With them.
Yep.
They love to play with other dogs. They are not afraid of big dogs. They actually try to play with we have 3 more resident dogs and they are all very curious.
Yeah.
And
I saw at the end of the video. There's quite a few dogs there, and
Yeah.
the poodle was
Yeah,
a
we have-
visitor.
we have a house full with 6 dogs right now.
Yeah, that's we have a 51 home community, and they all support these little puppies. Every time we get a batch, they come in and they come and meet them and play with them, and they have a very dog friendly community. So it makes it that much easier to do for us to foster.
That's awesome. That is so awesome. So you have a lot of help.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely.
Yeah,
The young
including
kids buy
your.
one,
including
Yeah.
your dogs to mentor the dog stuff, right?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Our youngest one
He
is an
loves them.
awesome foster brother slash babysitter.
Yeah.
The one that is in the video, he lets them pull their hair. He growls at them to teach them when they are being a little too aggressive or playing
Yeah,
a little
too
too rough.
And
But,
that's the mentoring I'm talking about, because growl is
yeah.
communication.
Yep.
Wow.
And that's a great point, everybody. Even the homes that we're looking for these two, we want to make sure that home has a playful resident dog for them to continue that learning and that growing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Anytime
they
you
are
get a puppy,
very smart. They are
yeah,
very,
anytime you
very
get a
smart
puppy,
boys.
you got to pick up where the fosters leave off.
Oh, yeah.
And they love to be with their humans too.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
All right. So, I apologize.
Even
My
the-
internet is still messing up a little bit here. So that's where Lisa will pick up where if I freeze, I won't know for sure, but pretty sad. You pay all this money for gigabit internet and it becomes unstable.
Yeah.
And it,
It's tip of the hat works.
Yeah,
so
As
yeah,
you
that
can
is
tell-
awesome.
they love to be with us. They love to be with their humans.
That's great. Great Pyrenees Rescue Society.org. That's where you go. And there's more than just them. There's a lot of puppies in rescue right now, isn't there, Lisa?
Yes, there is. And like you mentioned earlier, this litter, especially the e-litter, has had a great foundation, as we've heard, that with Paula and Sean, and crate training and well socialized, obviously a structured routine as they're learning to be potty trained. If you're looking for a puppy, here are the two to look at. Definitely consider.
Yep. And I believe you're in Oregon, aren't you, with the puppies?
We are in Houston.
Houston, Texas.
Oh, you're in Texas.
Yep.
Okay. Somebody needs to change the website. Website says you're in Oregon. That's all I have to go by. So, boy, I'm glad I didn't advertise we were having dogs from all over the country, huh? So, now you get puppies often. Is that what you do, is foster puppies?
We do.
Okay.
We are closer to downtown, so we don't have that much space as other fosters. So since puppies usually have to be isolated while they get their vaccines, it's just convenient. The space that we have is enough for them to play, to run, and still we are pretty close to headquarters and to their vets for their appointments.
And I tip my hat to all puppy fosters.
Right.
They're
Yeah.
the hardest fosters.
Yes.
Oh, we foster failed already once.
Yeah. So that's why we got to get this broadcasted loud and wide. We can't afford a couple more fosters. We hit the three. We can't add any more to the household.
Yeah. Well,
it's gonna be tough letting these guys go.
and you make a good point. Adopting a dog is a lifetime commitment, financially and emotionally. So, and if you can't, if you've reached your limit on your financial commitment, foster, because that doesn't cost you now.
Right.
Yeah,
So,
the Great Pyrenees Rescue Society is awesome.
Yeah.
They provide absolutely everything.
Great work.
Yeah, Malise, she always provides the foods, the crate, pee pads, everything that we need. All it takes is just some time and caring for the breed, for the dogs.
Wow.
And they are beautiful. They are just absolutely beautiful.
And that's right from
gentle giants.
That's right from a Great Pyrenees Rescue Society foster. There you go. And right there's where you go to apply to. You have to apply to foster too, because, well, they have to know who they're giving their dogs to. Okay. So if you're not ready to adopt yet, by all means, foster. Try it out. See what happens. And if you don't like it, well, then you don't have to take another one. I mean, simple as that. So, and the Great Pyrenees Rescue Society is a well-structured organization. It really is. And they treat their fosters obviously pretty well, don't they?
They
All right.
do.
Lisa, do you have anything to add before we move forward?
Now, Paul and Sean, how many of the litter did you have initially?
We had 3.
Okay.
Yeah, we always had 3.
Okay. And the 2 boys are left for adoption then.
The 2 boys are still for adoption.
Excellent.
Now, make no mistake, I've always loved puppies from a distance. Okay.
I love that their puppy teeth are just
Yeah,
too
puppies
sharp
are
for my
great.
hands.
Yeah. They are a lot of work. And the cool part is when you adopt a puppy, most of that work's already done.
Yes.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, that is
Alright.
correct. That is
So-
correct. I think the hard part has been done. Most of the puppies that we foster leave our house pretty close to be 100% potty trained,
Yeah.
and with a schedule that is easy to maintain. They are really good, really good.
awesome. All right. Okay, you guys, thanks. And I'm going to move on. We got another young one, not necessarily a puppy, but he's in a puppy foster home. Okay.
Oh,
So, and he's got a video, and we're going to bring him up next. And well, the boy's Finn. This is Super Finn. This is a dog that, well, I'll tell you what, you talk about the work being done already. And this is your boy. And here's
Okay.
Finn.
Yeah, so
He's taking a nap.
yeah, Finn is coming to you from Sugar Land, Texas. Sugar Land is a suburb of Houston. And we're his foster, Chris and Tina. And our foster pups actually have their own Facebook and Instagram pages. It's called Chris and Tina's Foster Pups.
Oh man, I should have put that link up, huh?
Yeah, we fostered over 350 puppies
Oh, wow.
in the last 4 years.
But now you take different puppies, don't you?
Yeah, we take parvo puppies. We treat puppies for parvo.
But we're not.
Okay.
In fact,
We're
the
out
first,
of, we're out of quarantine.
yeah, we're out of quarantine. We've been parvo free for over 6 months.
Awesome.
In fact, the first 2 puppies we got from the Great Pyrenees Rescue Society were parvo puppies.
Wow.
There was actually 3: Boot, Scoot, and Toot.
Okay
And,
then.
Yeah, and we treated them for parvo, and they went on to good homes. And we only had them for what, 6 weeks, Tina?
6 to 7 weeks at most.
Yeah, they were so cute. But we've had Finn for
3.5 months.
Yeah, 3.5 months. So we're hoping to find him a home soon because, we're getting attached.
Yeah. Why? Why?
Very
in
hard
the
to
heck?
say 'cause, well, we think he's perfect, quite honestly, and we don't understand why he's still here.
Well, he must be their best kept secret then. But
Yeah,
secret out
he,
now.
well, you can see he's pretty laid back. He walks great on a leash. He's good with kittens.
With other dogs.
With other dogs. We have actually right now we have 9 dogs in the house. We just picked up a brand new Pyrenees puppy this morning. And
Oh,
we'll show you the puppy before we leave.
awesome.
We're volunteers at the Sugarland Animal Shelter, and that's where Finn came from. And the new puppy we picked up this morning, she's a little girl.
She's about 6 to 8 weeks old.
Yeah, but she's pure Pyrenees. She has a double Ducal. Well, we'll show you, but we don't want to.
We
We don't want to steal
Hey.
Finn's moment in the light.
Well,
So,
they were here for the dogs.
huh?
The dogs run the show.
Yeah. So let's see if I can get it.
So we can get him to sit up. He's
Yeah.
lazy.
Come on.
All right.
Come on.
And
Let's
let's
go.
see. Hey, Finn moved. Awesome. He moved.
Give Daddy sugars.
Come on. There we go.
Wow.
You can see he has a beautiful coat. I mean,
Yeah.
he's got all the attributes of a Pyrenees.
Give him
He
a
has double rear dew claws. And he has a very unusual coat. He's got this long hair, but he doesn't have a thick undercoat. So we don't really have too much of a problem with him shedding. There's not a lot of hair in the house.
And he's got like highlights in his hair.
And it's silver,
Beautiful.
silver tips. But what's
How would you say he was?
8.5 months.
8.5 months. Wow.
clearly the milk barns are not cutting it. He was expecting
You know, when we have dogs on with puppies, we try to be very careful to where the puppies don't overshadow the other dogs.
Right.
And I think we made a mistake this time. Finn can overshadow puppies.
Yeah.
Come on, Finn. Let's go. Come on. Come on. Come on.
Boy, he's
Let's go.
Well, he's like,
Well, let's just,
this is Gizmo.
we have 9 dogs in the house right now. This is Gizmo, who's
He's ours.
ours.
So you have a lot of help when you have puppies for mentors.
A little bit closer, you can see Thina. Thina's deaf.
This is our baby. But
So we have to
don't
be careful
really
when we wake her up.
All
There
right.
we go, sweetie.
I wasn't sure if that was a stuffed animal or a real
Oh,
dog.
she just sleeps
Well,
very soundly.
these are not the treats.
Here's
They
Finn
really-
again. Here's Finn again. Here we go.
Okay.
All right.
I'd like to get him up. Come on.
He's lazy.
Come on, let's go. You
Come
come
on,
there.
there you go.
Come on.
Come on, Dad. I don't want to go to work right now.
Yeah, these milk barns, they generally get better treats.
Yeah, this is kind of yuck.
But what I wanted to show you is his tail. We love his tail.
Well, of course, he's not going to curl his tail because he's
look.
Somebody's camera shy.
Right.
Super curly
he's got a
tail.
super curly tail and it's really thick.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh, he's got that Akbash curl back there.
Yeah,
yeah.
Curl, whatever you want to call it.
And he's just getting his big boy hair under his neck. Chris, show him look at his neck hair.
Yeah.
He's just starting to get his really thick neck hair in.
Look how gorgeous he is.
He's got, we love his coat, but he's got these, his ears, both of his ears are sort of this pale tan apricot color.
Okay. Wow.
So,
And obviously laid back.
well, he's been busy playing all morning, so I think that's.
Yeah. Well, he's tired. You know, it's hard being a guardian
It is.
sometimes, and yet a young one. Okay, so they need their rest, and I hate to do this.
Big stretch, big stretch.
Oh, look at this.
Oh, nice.
Boy.
Now, in that video, I saw something, and when I first saw that video, I had to take a double take. I thought you were playing cards,
Right. Yeah.
but you were putting treats out side by side, and every
Oh, yeah.
dog was right there,
Well, we have hot dog night.
and without eating each other.
Yeah.
You're doing this, and the dogs are not being possessive over anything.
No. In fact, if you go to Chris and Tina's foster pups,
Sit.
you can see the dogs on hot dog night.
Sit.
We have hot dog night, and they all sit at the edge of the table, taking it in turns having a hot dog. So anyway, that's on Chris and Tina's foster pups.
So that's your part of your enrichment.
Sit.
Well,
Sit.
we're always working with the dogs, always working with them.
You know down.
Teaching them to walk well on the leash, teaching them not to be food aggressive,
Right.
and
Sit.
to
Teach
play
them how to get
nicely.
along with kittens.
Sit.
Yeah, get along with the
Gizmo,
kittens.
Gizmo, come. Sit.
Do you have you showed the video of him walking, right? You saw
Yeah.
the video
Oh,
of
the
him
pack
walking.
walk.
with
Yeah.
the other
Yeah,
dogs.
pack walk.
Yes, and that's one thing that, well, you must be the Incredible Hulk for one, because
he's
I
able to
usually
do
don't do pack walks because
No, we're both volunteer dog walkers at the shelter, so we've been
Right.
doing that for 5 years. So after a while, you get to
You know how to handle them.
you know how to do it.
I'm going to actually single out that video if I can find it real quick here. I'm going to upload it and we're going to show the video of the pack walk. Well, maybe. Nope, we're not. It's not on this computer.
Okay.
They'll just have to watch the video on YouTube again. It's there.
Well, like I say, go to Chris and Tina's Foster Pups.
Yeah, or go to Chris and Tina's Foster Pups.
Yeah,
That
and you
is
can
a
see all
public page,
300.
right?
You can see all 350 puppies that we've fostered, and at least a half of them we got through Parvo.
And
Okay.
a couple of mama dogs with that are pregnant. Yeah. So what else
Lisa,
do we
take
want to
over for a second. I'm going to put the link to Chris and Tina's Foster Pups in the comments.
Okay. Chris and Tina, can you tell me about what type of home do you think Finn would fit into? The best environment for him?
Well, the only thing we haven't tested him with is children. We have no reason to think
Sit.
it would be a problem.
Sit.
He would probably do okay, or he would prefer to have a playmate, but I don't know that it's essential.
As young as he is, yeah, that would probably be best for him, a resident dog to still show him the ropes, right?
Probably, yeah. He's enrolled. Our dogs go to daycare once a week, and he's going to do his evaluation next week.
Wow.
We take them to a really nice facility. It's called
Rover Oaks.
Rover Oaks, and they typically have 60 to 80 dogs all playing together.
Sit.
Our dogs do just fine there, and I know he'll get through the evaluation with no problem, because they're superb with the dogs.
And what is the evaluation?
Oh, just to make sure they don't fight.
Right.
They're very, very cautious with them. They introduce them. They take our dog, which would be Finn, and then they introduce like 2 dogs at a time with him until they know that everybody's getting along and he's dog friendly, which obviously he is. And look, see his tail there is his curly tail.
See his
And their daycare just makes sure that they get along and the dogs get to play all day long and have a blast. And they get yappy hour treats. So they have all sorts of fun there.
All right. For those that don't haven't experienced daycare yet, they have to evaluate your dog before they'll take them in.
Oh, yeah.
And that's what they're talking about.
Yeah. Right.
And sometimes there's some very good trainers in there, and it just depends on the situation. They don't want any dog fights. They have a big responsibility to their.
Well, because they have a staff of like four or five people. So with and they have up to 80 dogs, I think, is that capacity.
Yeah. Wow,
So,
that's a big one.
Wow.
Yeah.
Rover Oaks is the most well-known, best daycare in Houston.
Okay.
It is the oldest one here for dogs, doggy daycare.
I
So
think
his
somebody
dog-
likes his mama.
Oh, you're stealing, Finn. What else do we want to say about Finn, Chris?
Any questions about Finn?
Not yet. We just had comments that how beautiful he is.
Oh, look at his coat.
He's a handsome boy.
And he's not even quite 9 months old yet.
But
No, I think he's
8.5.
Yeah,
So
8.5.
what would his perfect home be like? What would his perfect home be like for an adopted?
His perfect home, I know it's true. His perfect home, I would think, if he had a playmate, it would be awesome. But I think he would do well with someone with, a little bit over the yard, obviously, not an apartment or anything like that. Ken, please quit stealing. Okay. And with that, I don't think a dog like this should be in an apartment because
Well, no, he's
they're
not.
too
He's
big.
got to be in a
And
house.
he would
Yeah.
have to have a yard to play in, and somebody who would be willing to work with him and keep his training up. Well,
Yeah.
obviously he steals, but that's
Well,
All right.
Talking about training,
Chris,
you
don't
cannot
ask him
leave-
about his perfect home.
well, you cannot leave shoes around.
Oh, yeah,
So
yes.
it's-
He has a thing about shoes and about reading glasses. He likes to chew on them. That is, and so whenever he does that, we don't fuss at him. We just give him a more appropriate toy than, our stuff.
Okay. So you, instead of trying to correct him, you give him something he can have.
Yeah, we'll tell him good boy, and we give him something that's a little
Good.
higher value. And,
Good.
whether it's a treat or whether it's a Kong toy stuffed with peanut butter or what have you, we give him a higher value treat. And he's starting to learn that, that's probably a better tasting treat than, shoes or glasses.
Well, I don't know. Shoes taste pretty good.
They do well at association. All right.
Yeah.
They do very well, and you guys are utilizing that. I love it. Wow. I hate to do this for a second. Just for a second, I got to bring puppies back over here real quick here. Okay, we're done.
Oh,
You got to remember, I'm from afar. That's how I adore the puppies. All right. I really tip my hat to you all with all the puppies and dogs and the sick ones that you guys foster. It's just amazing. And for those of you that don't understand fully what it means to foster a parvo puppy, that means they are doing the fluid IVs.
We don't do IVs. We do not do IVs here. If they have to have
Oh, you don't do the IVs there?
No,
All right.
we can do the sub-Q fluids and with the medications that's prescribed by the veterinarian. In the sub-Q, but if they need an IV, then we do take them to our veterinarian for that.
Okay. Now you do give puppy shots though, right?
Oh, absolutely, absolutely.
right. Last time I gave a puppy shot, I was protected from DHL and PP.
That's good for you.
Well, I went too far. I stuck my finger. All right. What can I say? So, like I said, I love the puppies from a distance. Now he's growing. How big do you think he'll get? Just a guess.
Probably 100, 110, 120, if I had to guess, right, Chris?
Well, he's
You may
he's
be a little-
tall. He's lanky right now, but he's not very broad. I don't know if he thickens out, he'll go 120. If not, he'll probably be 100.
Right.
Yeah,
my fire
his
experience-
profile here.
Right. And he's
Yeah.
a growing puppy right now.
Right.
So
Yeah, I think he's going to be a big boy. I really
Yeah.
do.
yeah, we had one time that we were fostering that, man, we took him to the vet because we couldn't put any weight on him, couldn't put any weight on him. And the vet said, he's growing. You're actually doing good because you're giving him the proper nutrients to continue to grow and maintain. I said, oh,
Right.
that was that dog's metabolism.
Well,
Okay.
Finn likes his food. At night, we give them homemade chicken and rice with canned food. It's kind of a mixture.
It's their dinner.
And he talks to us if he doesn't get it on time. He lets us know if the service is not up to par. Yeah.
Now you said, I think I read somewhere you said he's the perfect puppy.
Yep.
Wow.
If you like these big puppies, yeah.
Well, yeah, and I want to go out on a limb and say, well, the folks that adopt them do like the big puppies
Yeah.
because they're here.
yeah.
So,
We don't see any negatives with him.
Come on, Finn,
Okay.
sit. Finn, sit.
Yeah. Like I said, the only thing we haven't tested him with is small children because we just don't have small children. So,
right. But how do you think he would do? Would he get overly excited and accidentally knock?
well, when I walk him and there are people, on the street, on the road, he doesn't react.
Okay.
So he just pretty much ignores other people, pedestrians on the on the road.
Yeah, I don't think you would have a problem with children as long as they were taught to approach him properly. Not grabbing his face, not pull on his ears, not yank on his tail, that sort of thing. But I don't think he would have a problem with a child at all. He would probably be a child's best friend.
Does he let you brush him anywhere you want?
Yeah.
He rolls over.
Wow.
So,
Wow.
and you can touch his paws. He doesn't jerk his paws back. He's a good dog.
I know some people that would give their firstborn to have a dog like him.
Yeah.
And then I know some people that are too willing to give their firstborn to have a dog like him. Wow. Great Pyrenees Rescue Society.org. And And there's Finn too.
There we
And
go.
so now we've had 2 of GPRS's puppy fosters on, 2 of them. And you've been, how long have you been fostering for the Great Pyrenees Rescue Society, Tina and Chris?
Well, we took the first puppies, I think it was last September.
I believe so. It was
Yeah.
good in two, yeah.
Yeah, Boot Scoot too. They were renamed in the end to Queen Bee and
Some of
something.
them, they had.
But we called them Boot Scoot and Toot. That was their original names.
All right. And how's your experience been with this particular rescue?
Well, they found good homes for those puppies. We were very happy.
Yeah, we were very happy with that.
Good. And you're still fostering, so
Yeah.
Yeah, they're good
Parent-
dogs. We like them. They're very good people. They're good peeps.
yeah, I like them too. And Lisa is an agent of the Great Pyrenees Rescue Society, and she's a application screener. Second hardest
okay.
job in rescue.
Yeah, and we like the fact that we get a say in where they go.
And
We
then-
like that.
Yeah, we get to talk to the people and communicate with them and see if, just see what their temperament is and what their, get their pulse on what they're thinking. So that makes us very happy.
Really a
Wow.
team effort to when we
Yes,
get.
absolutely. It does take a village, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
And when you have a rescue that has 150 dogs in it, it's a big team.
Yeah.
So, and I like to say that it's a well-oiled machine,
Don't focus on that.
and they do very well. And it starts right at the top. And I don't like putting labels like that on, but I'll tell you, Melissa is one of the better people. If I have a question about dogs that I don't understand, could be medical, could be nutrition, and if I can't get a hold of my vet or Levi, I call Melissa. Because she's handled personally over 4,000 of them through rescue. So and everybody usually goes to her first, usually. And I'll never forget what stuck out in my mind. I worked with a dog that she adopted out 10 years ago, and she knew everything about that dog still.
Great.
She remembered everything.
He knows them all. Yeah.
Great Pyrenees Rescue Society.org. That's where everything's happening right now. And, well, on the show, too, because look at this.
So this is the one that was found in Sugar Land yesterday.
Yeah, that's
So
a
we just
brand
picked her
new
up this
one.
morning.
This is
wow.
breaking news. This is
She's a floof. If you look at her hair,
Look at.
yeah.
Oh, look at her face.
Aw.
Okay.
Look at the helmet head.
Yeah.
Finn wants back in the spotlight. Here we go.
Yeah. Now Shannon said Finn is just too chill. It's awesome. He's such a good boy.
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
so well behaved for a youngster.
Come on, I know you want to play with the puppy. I know. He does
Now,
love
does
the
that
puppy.
new puppy have a name yet?
We are going to call her what we got, Bernadette.
Bernadette? Okay.
We just thought
Oh,
she
well.
was like Bernadette. We don't know why.
I'm gonna have to look up how to spell Bernadette so I don't misspell it
2 T's.
and get in trouble.
2
Well,
T's.
I know about the 2 T's. It's everything around it. Look at Finn. Man, oh man, oh man.
Decent
And
guy.
Nancy, you might want to bring that puppy back again because we're getting a lot of interaction.
Okay. so Chris, what is
Nancy in Colorado says that he's rocking the helmet head, or her. She's rocking
Hold
the
on, we'll
helmet
get the
head.
puppy back just a second. Hang on, Finn. We're not stealing your thunder. Don't get upset. I know. You're
Where
not
you see
upset.
Finn, he's looking at them, then at the table where the treats were. Them,
Yeah.
table,
It's still, I know.
and then walked away.
Yeah.
He's waiting
That's
for
the
me
key
to
to this. He walked away.
Here we go. Just hold the puppy, Chris.
And I'm sorry, but I got to bring
Oh, look
these
at.
puppies back up. Look at them chill. Oh, they're all 3 puppies. That's all 3 of them.
They are ready
Still
for
have-
the nap.
They are out.
Wowzer.
cute.
And there's the puppy. Look at that helmet head.
She is 26.5 pounds. We weighed her this morning, gave her a bath because her fur is stained because she was on the street for a while.
How
So
old
we-
is she?
She's about
You're too high. You're too low.
oh, sorry. She's about 2.5 months old, 2.5 months old.
46 pounds. For
No,
50.
26.5.
Oh,
26.
26. Okay. I was going to say that dog's going to be the biggest peer I've ever seen in my life.
Look at.
And she
Look at
has the double rear dew claws, as you can see. And she's
So
just
she's up and coming. Pay attention to Bernadette.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure she's
Look at
a.
Ben. He's wanting to see his new friend.
Now, does she come out of the Sugarland kennel or Sugarland shelter?
Sugarland Animal Services Shelter is where she
How the
is.
heck did they get her?
Who
Why is
knows?
a puppy in the shelter?
Yes, somebody dropped her off.
Well, we don't do owner surrenders, so she was abandoned.
She was a stray.
Oh boy.
Wow.
Yeah, and people are just dumping dogs left and right down here in Houston. It sucks.
But how a dog like this gets dumped, I just don't even begin to understand. I mean,
Well,
One
people
of the
say,
reasons-
"Look at a puppy like this," and I don't know what part of Great Pyrenees they don't understand. But
Or
they
what
get
part
them
of
and they
giant
start growing,
breed?
and people freak out because the dog's getting bigger. It's like, well,
Right.
yeah, that's the breed, right?
Yeah. You know, when I was associated with another rescue, a common reason they on the surrender form was the dog got too big. My question is, what did you expect out of a giant breed?
Yeah, exactly. People sometimes don't have functioning brain cells.
Yeah. I do know our definition of little and somebody else's definition of little could be two different definitions. I do know
Right.
that.
Absolutely.
Yeah. 'Cause I got a little Kuvaz. She's 86 pounds. That's little.
That's again.
Hi, Bonnie. Nice to see you here again. Bonnie's down in Louisiana.
Okay.
And she does look sweet, Bernadette. Of course, you just got her. Literally just got her. So,
Just hours ago.
Wow.
yeah.
Wow.
Well, I'm glad you got back in time for the show. We would have filled in for you somewhat. So,
We've got two other little Fosters, but they're only 5 pounds. They're
Well,
just,
they're 10 pounds.
10 pounds. They're just little. And they got legs are like 2 inches long.
yeah. Now,
This is Finn's show. So.
Yeah.
now you also volunteer for the shelter. Is that correct?
Correct.
Yes.
And you volunteer for the Great Pyrenees Rescue Society.
Uh-huh.
I bet that keeps you busy. Is there more?
Well, typically what we do is we take the sick dogs, get them better, then give them back to the rescue.
Gotcha.
So we work with maybe 20 different rescues.
Wow.
The biggest one would be Rescue Pets.
Rescue, yeah, but that
RPM.
we don't work with them too much anymore.
And they do all breeds, right?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
But we,
Yeah, they do all
we
breeds.
are working a lot with what is the Pearland Carver Recovery Center some because we take their recovery pups. When they get them in recovery mode, we take them and let them finish shedding the virus because after a Carvo puppy is better, they still shed a little bit of the virus for like 2 weeks. So we were taking them, but we haven't had a sick puppy in over 6 months. So,
But
everybody's safe.
the thing is, we're not normally involved with the adoption process. We normally take the dog from the rescue,
Gotcha.
get it better, and then give it back to the rescue. That's what we
Gotcha.
did with the
Gotcha.
What are you doing? It's just murder.
All right. But yet, here you have Finn all these months later because the Great Pyrenees Rescue Society didn't have room to take him back, right?
Right. Well, he came from Sugarland too. He's from the Sugarland Animal Shelter.
But since you're fostering, GPRS was able to
Right.
take responsibility.
Yes,
Okay.
Yeah,
we
well-
called GPRS and God bless you because we called about Finn. I sent a picture and they accepted him almost immediately.
Yeah.
And so if we were able to foster, so we were able to get him out of the shelter right then and there on the spot.
Nice work.
Yes.
Nice work. All right. Great Pyrenees Rescue Society.org. That's where all these dogs are right now. And thank you, GPRS, for keeping the show afloat. Okay. Now, we do want to go to part 2. You got to see the dogs. Now, what do you do when you adopt one? Okay. Puppies are going to be a little different from adults. So, introductions. When you have a new dog coming into your home, always remember that when you bring a new dog into the home and you already have dogs, you're destabilizing everybody and everything. And your new dog is going to need special attention anyway, but so are your resident dogs. Okay. Because they don't know what's going on either. We just broke up the routines. All right. Not all is lost because dogs are extremely resilient. And your resident dogs probably more so in the beginning than the new dog. Okay. So GPRS has a recommendation. that the first 3 days you separate them. No interaction, but don't isolate them. You just separate them. That is GPRS's official recommendation. I do support that. Now, they also acknowledge that that's not every dog because there's no textbook here. Okay. And so we have a document that kind of an instruction sheet. Okay. And first thing you have to realize is that there's people out there that's never had a Great Pyrenees, and they're not going to understand it until they experience it. All right. And I was one. Okay. I did everything wrong back in 1986 when I got my first one. All right. And yeah. And I probably still do things wrong today, but you know what? I recover quickly because I educated myself.
Yep.
Okay? I probably went a little further than most need to, but matter of fact, I know I did. But the Great Pyrenees is a livestock guardian breed. Okay. Not a gentle giant. They've been known to take down an entire group of wolves, run off bears. And, but at the same time, they've also been known to nurture children. Okay. And man, they've been known not to bite humans. So that means what's going on? Why are we getting bites? Well, we always got to look at why. A Great Pyrenees will never do anything without a reason.
Mm-hmm.
So if you've got a Great Pyrenees with behavior problems, look at why. All behavior has a why, including good behavior. All right. So setting a new dog up for success is very important. Your first introduction, it will be everybody's first impression. I'm talking the dogs. All right. The first impression you want to have of your new dog is that you're not a threat to the dog. But then just slow down. Just slow down. Because don't go introducing him. Don't invite your family and friends over right away. We got to get the dog to know who you are first, because the new dog is, well, they don't know where they are. They don't know who you are. And most importantly, they don't know where their mom and dad is, the people they have to turn to. Okay. So we want to go slow. We got to show them that they can turn to you. Now, we've broken this down into 4 different stages. Okay. And we call it the 4 stages of communication. Stage 1, when you first bring that dog in, they're self-absorbed, hence separation. Anything they do in their mind, they're not intending for it to affect anybody around or the dogs. But we don't want them stuck in stage 1. Okay. So it's separation, not isolation. And what that does for the people that are capable, that you may not have the ability to do separation. Okay. So, and we will cover that, but ideally separate them. That way there's like a baby gate. All right. If you baby gate off an area, always put a second one on top. Take away the opportunity. Okay. If a peer can see over it, he's going to say, maybe I can go over it. Mm-hmm. If you stack a second baby gate, they have to see through it, and you've got a less chance of them going over it. Okay. But they get to know each other, like cats, your resident dogs, children, and be mindful of who gets to approach your dog. This is your dog. And any visitors that come into your home, they don't have any right to tell your dog what to do. That's coming from the dog, by the way, not me. So we want him to, we want him to settle in at his pace. So anybody that's seen this thing running around Facebook called 3, 3, and 3, that's a good intention, but too many people misunderstand it as a time limit, and it's not. All right. That is a good intention to just let people know this takes time. Average time for a Great Pyrenees to settle in and know their place in your new home is about 9 months. Okay. That's just an average if I had to put an average to it. And I hope I got somebody's attention. They say, wow, really? 9? Yes, about 9 months. Okay. And in that 9 months of time, you're going to be going through 4 stages of communication. All right. So once he's out of the self-absorbed stage, and how he comes out of the self-absorbed stage is, you meet his needs. but you don't force any of your needs onto him. You meet his needs or her needs. And so if he's crying, you go find out what's going on. Old school stuff is outdated. There's so much has been learned, even this year, even so much has been learned. All right. Now, make no mistake, anytime you see something coming out of science, science does not dictate how to train a dog. They tell you what they have learned, and we take it from there. Okay. And everybody has different opinions. So then the want stage, when the dog realizes everything he does affect you, well, then it changes. Now he wants it. He wants you to come running and everything, and that's a good thing. Because keep in mind, it's not going to stay that way. We still have 2 more stages of communication. So now let's back up to, say, for example, you adopt a dog from GPRS, and the dog's in a foster or at headquarters in Texas, and you live in Washington State. How's the dog going to get there? He's not going to walk, and he's going to be transported.
Yeah.
Make no mistake, transport stresses dogs out. All right. So when the dog gets to you, there's a pretty good possibility that dog's going to be stressed out. And now all of a sudden, I don't have any way to keep him separate from my 8 other dogs. Well, that probably won't happen, from my other dogs. So now what do? Okay, well, let's start doing introductions. Okay. And introductions are your first impression. So you know the transport's going to be coming. So let's do different. Let's just say, for example, you have 1 dog. All right. No, let's go 2 dogs. So, well, first thing you want to do is let's walk your dog down a little bit. If you can't set up a separation area, let's walk your dog down and let's let him de-stress, sniff and pee and poop, whatever. And then let's bring the first of your 2 dogs out to your neighbor's front yard, your front yard, a neutral ground, and let them sniff butts, not nose to nose. Do not go nose to nose. That's an altercation waiting to happen. All right. Let them sniff butts. Butts don't bite. That's a good way to look at it. Butts don't bite. And that first impression is very important. And if you got one of them doesn't want their butt sniffed, walk in single file. The one that doesn't want his butt sniffed, let him bring up the rear. All he has to do is sniff the other dog's butt. Then he's going to be okay with getting sniffed. All right. And then, okay, let's put that one away and let's bring out the second dog, one at a time. Okay. Do not overwhelm your first dog. Now, keep in mind, the best way to do this for most dogs is separate them for about 3 days. Okay. And I'm not against that in any way, shape, or form. And I'm covering this for the folks that don't have the ability to separate. All right. And so neutral territory, always neutral territory, especially if you have another guardian breed that you're introducing them to, or a working dog. That's their territory. And they'll see him as an intruder versus a new brother or sister. All right. And now we want to, ideally we do 3 different introductions per dog. Front yard, then we take the new dog into the backyard first, drop his leash, let him sniff around, let him find his options to retreat if he has to. Okay. And then when he's feeling more comfortable, pick the leash back up. And now let's bring the other dog, the first dog, back onto the backyard, and let's go that route. All right. And then in the backyard, you can add the second dog. When they're good, you can add your second dog. Keep in mind, they're not going to be good in the first 5 minutes. There's no way. Probably not the first 10 minutes. There's no way. All right. They don't process that fast. They're speaking a different language right now. All right. Dogs can give humans up to 13 different signals of communication. That doubles for dog to dog. Okay. So they may not even be speaking the same language at the time. So we got to be careful there. And but when they're comfortable with the first resident dog, then we can add the second resident dog to the backyard. The last thing we do is the house indoors, because there's no options indoors. You got walls. There's no place for dogs to retreat. All right. So, and there's no fail-safe method. There's no such thing. One of the most important things to remember is make sure there's no obvious triggers laying around. food, treats, toys, those are your obvious triggers. Doorways, don't let them go through the door side by side. That's a violation of a dog's space, all right, especially a new dog. And that's where your resident dogs could take offense too. Okay. Hey, I need to go in there first. This is my house, not yours. Well, everybody's trying to get in or out, whichever. And typically it doesn't matter which dog goes in or out first. All right. That's an old, old technology, if you may. All right. In the end, most dogs, it makes no difference. Once again, there's no textbook. This varies from dog to dog. So maybe somewhere along the line, a dog could want to go in first. If that's the case, you'll know it. You'll see it. They're great communicators. All right. I don't see any questions yet. Do you have any questions, Lisa?
I do, Steve. What if that first introduction doesn't go well? You mentioned about timing. So you're really reading the dog's behavior. And if that first introduction doesn't go well, you slow down, separate, and try it again.
Separate. You slow. Yes, absolutely. You got to give it a break.
Okay.
Now, if they make contact, an altercation type contact, you got to give it a long break.
Like, okay.
One of the common mistakes we make as humans is when we have two of our dogs fighting and we get them separated, our mistake is a lot of times we put them back together too soon because nothing's over yet.
Yeah.
All right. It can take up to 3 days.
And keeping a leash on the new dog at all times.
Keep the leash on the new dogs and your resident dog.
Okay.
They act different on leash than they do off leash. At least you want them to anyway. All right.
Okay.
So now the last thing we do is indoor introductions. Take your new dog in first. The other two dogs can stay outside. Let's take the new dog in first. Let's let him know where the water bowl is. Let's let him know where the different rooms are. If you don't want him on the sofa, well, let him know that right away. And if he starts going towards your furniture, let's go. Call him back to you. Redirect him away from it. But make sure you've got something just as or more inviting to go to instead of the couch. A common problem is they see that couch and they jump up on it and curl up in the corner, the new dog. And, well, he's not doing it because it's a comfy couch. He's doing it because it's elevated and he's in that corner because he feels safe. And the last thing you want to do is say, get off my couch. If he's already up there, let him have it. If you can't call him down, stop. He'll come down on his own. Eventually, he'll come down. Don't worry about it. Then we can address it. Don't grab him by the collar and say, get off my couch. You are at a very high risk of getting bit. Okay. And that's why we drag leashes. You don't have to grab his collar. That's the most protected part of the dog's body, and the dog doesn't know you. He doesn't love you the same way you fell in love with him. Okay. Not yet. Oh, he will. All right. Make no mistake. You'll be dealing with that pure paw in no time. Okay. So let's just get things right. All right. Let's set it up to succeed. Now, now let's get beyond. I'm just going to quickly cover the 4 stages of communication. You got the self stage, the want stage, the two-way stage is stage 3. Now you're starting to learn each other, and he's starting to realize that you could be mom and dad, or mom and or dad, or whatever. Now that is a stage that could take a little while to graduate from, and we don't care. All right. We just don't care if it takes them 9 months, because sometimes it does. We don't want to get pushy, because never forget, your dogs are the dictionary. Your dogs make all the definitions, not us. So don't put that expectation on them. And always remember, they're a very intelligent breed, but they don't have human logic. That means they can't know right from wrong. That would require human logic, because they're not the ones that define right or wrong. We do.
Yeah.
Okay. So always, never, ever, ever assume that they know right from wrong, because they don't. Okay. But same time, they make snap decisions in emergency situations all the time. Wow. So it's an amazing breed. I tell everybody, God was just showing off when he created this breed. All right. The two-way conversation stage, I'm sorry, the conversation stage, that's what I'm talking about. It can take like on average 9 months to settle in, because when you get a new dog, what that dog is thinking and what you think that dog is thinking is most likely two different things. All right. And make no mistake, they think. They don't make a move without processing it. So give your dog the ability to make choices, because they're very good at it. And they may make a bad choice here and there, but teach them to make good choices. Teach them to pick you. You're the parent. Anytime they pick you, that's a good choice. Let's start there. Give them somebody to turn to if they can't solve the problem. We don't want them to be able to solve every problem, because you're not going to like how they solve them. All right. They don't have thumbs either. That means if they want to pick something up off the floor, they got to use their mouth. If they want to take you by the hand and show you something or take you away from danger, they got to use their mouth. So don't misunderstand things. And make no mistake, the Great Pyrenees has a bite pressure of somewhere around 700 pounds per square inch. That means if he bites you and with the intent to bite you, you're going to the hospital.
Yeah.
Period. That's it. That's a lot of bite pressure. All right. So the good news is they're known to not bite us. But if you challenge them,
They will.
you got to be prepared to accept the consequences without blaming the dog. Okay. They're great communicators, but they're not for everyone. All right. Do your homework. Here's on this paper I'm reading from. This is available at request, by the way. All right. There's a video link there that's titled "Adopted a Dog, Now What?" That covers your first few, however long, of the new dog in the home with video. And that's Roman Gottfried. Thank you, Roman. And he did a great job on this video.
Mhm.
All right. And go slow. Now, eye contact. When we want our dogs to make eye contact with us, because we want them to check in with us. We want them to ask us for help. We want this stuff. But a stranger, if they make eye contact, they're challenging the dog. Okay. So always remember, if you have Great Pyrenees in your home, you have a responsibility to educate your visitors. And once again, upon request, I actually, as kind of a funny joke, I made a sign that you can hang up at your door there. It's called the Peer Parents Rules for Visitors. And I put a little humor in it at the end, so it didn't get too serious, but it's actually very important that your visitors are educated, because threats come from above. Birds of prey are a major predator for the Great Pyrenees, the guardian breeds in general. And we are taller than they are.
Mhm.
We are a threat because we're taller. So a lot of dogs, if a visitor comes into your home, they go on alert just over their height.
Mhm.
So just tell them, don't look at my dog, don't talk to my dog, don't touch my dog. Look at me. You can talk to me. I wouldn't touch me. My dog might eat you. And just because my dog approaches you doesn't mean he wants to be touched.
Right.
That just means he's comfortable enough with you to now process you, sniff you. Okay. That's how they get through this sniffing. And we're on overtime. This was taking a little longer than I thought. Let's wrap it up. You have any other questions, Lisa, right now?
I think we're good. This video in itself, I know as screeners, when we have a family adopt a dog, we send resources from the Great Pyrenees Rescue Team that have been put together. And this YouTube video will be another great resource to share with folks, and always reach out to each other when you have questions.
Yeah. I'll put the document in the comments after the
Excellent.
show.
Yeah.
I can do that. Now,
What are you going to tell them?
Play back.
but introductions is very, very, and that's with your resident dogs that you've had, say for example, you've had your dog for 3 years, and now you got your son or daughter wants to come visit with their dog. You have to do introductions again. Don't just assume that your dog is good with all dogs, because, well, always, whenever I get a call for dog problems, first thing I have to do is make sure I'm working with the right dog, because the so-called aggressor may not be the aggressor. It could be the other one sending signals to the dog. Okay. And everybody, if you don't know the meaning of it, look up benevolent leadership. Okay. I hear a lot of people say you got to be a strong leader to have Great Pyrenees. But what happens if the dogs, the breed, are stronger leaders than the humans? Won't that kind of backfire on you, maybe? So we'll cover that on another talking point. All right. Now, don't get me wrong. Strong leadership doesn't mean forceful leadership. Go ahead, Chris.
Yeah. I was going to say that the shelter, we put together play groups and we do this introduction that you're talking about. But the one thing we look for is the play bow. You know what I mean? Where they put their front down and their rear end up. As soon as you see that play bow, then you know everything's going to be fine.
Okay.
For the most part.
For the most part.
Well, now, sometimes, because sometimes the dog can be so afraid of the other dog, they will try to instigate play ahead of any altercation. Now, that's something
Oh, you need to see both.
No, but we're just now learning this. Okay. Science is amazing. Always remember, science is always wrong, but we want them to be, because if they're always right, they're going to stop. Think about that. So this is some stuff. I'll talk to you about that a little bit later, Chris, but there are there's evidence that a dog initiating play may not be what it seems. I'm not saying it's not, because it could easily be. Okay. And in your case, Chris, it probably is, since the dogs don't know each other, and dogs do like to play. All right. So I probably shouldn't even brought that up.
It's okay.
But yes, Bonnie, I will send you that document. I'll try to get it posted in the comments after the show. I can't post a document in the show, but I think I can after the show. So, all right, everybody. Wow, we're really on overtime here because you can't shut me up.
Wipe the puppies right out, all 4 of them.
Oh, look at that. We got to make some of them big here. We'll start with Finn since he was up last. Looks like it's tired being a celebrity. It's tiring being a celebrity, isn't it? Yeah. Same way with them.
Wow.
Boy,
They
that
had
camera.
Yeah, they play already, and they are just
Oh, wow.
usually by now is their napping time, and they follow their schedule
Okay. Just out of curiosity,
pretty
now
well.
both of you all are foster homes in the Houston area. Do you all know each other by chance?
No, we didn't get a chance.
Okay. I was just curious.
Yeah.
Um,
Sugar Land's about an hour away from us.
okay.
Amazing.
You guys are both amazing fosters, but you see, that's what GPRS does.
Gotta
Okay.
make it easy for us.
Yeah. And whoops, wrong button. Sorry. And to foster, I mean, if you're not ready to adopt or you've already got too many, fill out an application to foster. All right. And that way you don't have the money that's associated with having a dog, but and then you're saving dogs, you're saving lives. Fostering saves lives. That's a no-brainer. All right. And GPRS, every foster we have on the show, we ask them, how's your experience been? And we've never had one yet say, They never hesitated. All right. Because GPRS really cares about their dogs, and they have a good network of fosters. All right. The best in the country. All right. Some of the best in the country. I can't say they're the best because I don't know them all. All right. Anything to add, Lisa, before we head out?
A big thank you to Chris and Tina, Paola and Sean, and their fosters. And they are, as you said, our fosters are an integral part of the team. So I thank them for joining us today, and always thank you, Steve.
Oh, I just want to bring something else up. There's other ways to volunteer too. All right. If you can't foster because you got too many dogs now, or you live in an apartment or something, well, they need help elsewhere, like screeners and stuff. And they actually teach you how to do it.
Yep.
Okay. That's Rena's job. And they got an amazing support team there, village, they call it. But you see, GPRS, they're too big to just have a village. I think they've got a metropolitan area as a village. All right. They have a lot of dogs, a lot of foster homes, and a lot of responsibility. So, what did Shannon say here? Let me bring Shannon's comment up first. I didn't get to read it all. Thank goodness it wasn't bad, because I'm known to bring up negative comments too, so we can address that.
Mhm.
Okay. And if a foster says, well, I don't like that rescue, we don't know unless you say it. Okay. So, but yeah, every dog here is precious. I agree. And Nancy makes a very valid point. Pure Rescue and Sanctuary, they're in Peyton, Colorado. They're facilities-based foster, or facilities-based rescue. So you can go to the facility and get to meet Felix, by the way. He was on my bucket list and that got met. And they need help there. Master Pooper Scoopers is number one, obviously. It's the same way at GPRS headquarters, Pooper Scoopers.
Mhm.
But that's just part of the job. But then the cool part is you get to interact with them, walk them, teach them things. And it's just an amazing facility out there. I've been to both headquarters now. And there's no one better than the other. They're all doing the same thing. Everybody's doing the same thing. They're helping this breed, their breed. So, wow, what a
Awesome.
show.
Wonderful.
Yeah. And well, anytime you watch the rescue show, you're going to get to hear a lot of music, hopefully get information that's pertinent to anything. Sometimes we get lucky and we address a problem that they're having already. And also, I mean, if you can't type and you got a question for us, we'll bring you up on the show so you can just ask us. All right. We're not beyond that. Okay. So, because we're not too good at all. And we're just humans. So, all right, everybody. Chris, Tina, and Paola and Sean, thank you so much. And
Thank
when
you
you
very
get-
much, guys.
Yeah, thank you, guys.
Thanks.
yeah, and when they get adopted and you get new ones, we hope you can come back on and and feature your new ones.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Will do.
All right,
Sure.
everybody. See you
Bye-bye.
Bye now.
next week. Bye.
Bye.